Okay, that should have fixed it. So I don't really know what I'm doing with this yet. Hold on, I gotta figure out how to flip this. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm out here in Abilene, or Christ, Wichita Falls, and I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on what's going on. Obviously, we're live on Facebook here and YouTube. Thanks everybody for joining. We've got decent tornado potential today. This car alarm is really going to get on my nerves. And decent tornado potential. Well, I guess decent tornado potential over the next few days. Let me try. I'm trying to pull up the dang. Okay, so here's what I had earlier. All right, so this is our severe storm graphic that I made, and it's not really looking like this is super accurate anymore. This was the main target area this morning, and now I don't know if this is mixed out or what, but it's just not what was expected. This over here is becoming the main target area, which is more the HRRR model solution, um, which is going to be this area right here. If you look on Radar Omega, let me pull up. I want to pull up real quick tomorrow just to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what's going on before we kind of dive into this, because we will be live chasing in a little bit here. But here's tomorrow. They've actually upgraded the tornado risk for like Fort Stockton up to Abilene and then down to almost San Antonio nearly. So we're talking like 50 to 65 mile an hour wind, 1.5 inch hail, and potentially a tornado. See, we just got a new severe weather outlook. It just got sent out. Let's see if we can get it. And they changed nothing. Okay, cool. Whatever. Not sure if I agree with that or not. And then also on Saturday, there's a chance for severe storms. We're going from Austin, Houston to Lafayette. Now, there's going to be 2 rounds on Saturday, most likely. The round from Friday night moving through, and then the big round, which is probably going to come in the afternoon. Now, it's a little bit questionable on that, but I think there's still going to be, a big round, if you will. So I'm here in Wichita Falls. Oklahoma City's up here. That's where I started. We were going to go down here toward Fort Stockton, but we're just going to sit kind of where we're at here. And give me 1 second here to try to pull this up. Trying this a little bit differently than I normally do it, so just give me a second here. Hopefully everybody's having a good afternoon so far. All right, so here's Radar Omega. So I'm going to go here and toggle off the severe. Let's just put tornado on. This is the tornado risk area today, all the way down there by like, is that Hobbs? Yeah, Hobbs, all the way up to Oklahoma City. My main area of interest is like right in here. Let's look at HRRR. Let's look at 18Z and put this on composite. I just want to see what the composite shows. And I'm going to use the iPad here to pull up the stream so I can monitor it. Oh, okay. It's not letting me pull it up. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. So we've loaded. So we're going to take a look here and look at this, guys. HRRR is making today really seem like the target is the Wichita Falls area, all the way up to Norman. So this like Lawton, I call this like the Lawton corridor on I-44 there. I think it's a little bit north. I'm not sure if this is too far north or not. What I will tell you is I think this is going to happen maybe just a little farther south. So maybe like or Holiday rather, up to like Lawton. I think this is placing it just a little far north. If you look outside, I mean, we've got moisture. Those clouds indicate some moisture. Having kind of a cumulus field like that. So we've got decent severe chances down here, I think. Let me get that damn bottom thing off of there. Good Lord. Look at this. So this forms a little bit of a cluster here. About 6 o'clock p.m. Central. It's almost 3 o'clock now. So within the next 3 hours, it should be go time for severe storms. About 6 o'clock p.m. Yeah, it is a little bit choppy. I don't know why. But about 6 o'clock p.m., I think we're going to get storms to form anywhere from Highway 82 south of Wichita Falls all the way up there to Lawton. And look at that, a big line, a big cluster or a big blob of storms about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Still possibly going the tail end of it down here to the south might still be raging here, going toward Dallas out of Wichita Falls at like 10 o'clock. And our initial target area back there to the west, that kind of looks like trash. Probably get a severe warning out there, but I don't think we're going to get anything too crazy. We do have a new run out, but it's not totally out. Let's look at the surface observation. Well, first of all, here's satellite. So there's a lot, you can see this boundary here where the cloud cover starts and the warm sector is. And we do have some cumulus clouds in there, which we're seeing all the way up here, especially like right over by us, because we're right about here and we're able to verify that outside. So that could be the precursor of our severe weather. Nice open sector. Surface observation, 63-degree dew point, 43-degree dew point over there in Lubbock, 52 dew point back there like by Hobbs, 60 in Midland, 53 in Fort Stockton. Not terrible. Not terrible at all. Cape. So we've got plenty of atmospheric instability here, lots of energy, it looks like. Oh, that's not what I wanted. If we go on mesoanalysis and use like the wrap analysis, like it does show like a blob of like higher supercell composite, which means that, oh, for Christ's sakes, never mind. Which means that possibly we could end up with, maybe some supercells up here. But the supercell composite is just a number. It's not necessarily a guarantee. It's just basically it's a way to kind of quantify the amount of ingredients in the atmosphere, if that makes sense. And it's a little bit misplaced, but what you see is there's nothing back here and there's more up here. So like I really don't want anything to do with that target area down there. So made the right decision. If we look at tomorrow, let's take a look at tomorrow real quick. I'll even put that up on the thing. So there's that severe risk tomorrow. So if you're anywhere from Abilene back to Fort Stockton, the Davis Mountains, all the way down here like Kerrville, Fredericksburg, up there almost to Killeen, Brownwood, San Angelo, Junction, Big Lake, Sonora, Sanderson. Sanderson's really pretty. Might get a tornado tomorrow. And I actually think we're going to get a tornado tomorrow somewhere out there. I hope we see it and we don't screw it up. But if we look at future radar, this is 7 a.m. And what you're seeing here is going to be inhibiting severe weather. So this is 1 p.m. We got to get this garbage out of here. So this has to leave. and it's leaving by like 3 or 4 p.m. So that's good in terms of severe weather. And I know we're not supposed to wish for severe weather or anything like that, but understand, folks, like this is the middle of nowhere. Like nothing's, it's going to be just fine. Uh, this is going to be a good storm chasing day to be out there. So storms start to form maybe back here by like 1 or 2 p.m. About 100 miles west, a couple hours behind the initial storms that move through. So these are going to have tornado potential. As they move east, like in a scenario like this, they're going to lose their tornado potential like 10 p.m. So after sunset, I think the tornado potential is going to really die out. But you can see that squall line at 2 a.m. is coming across I-35. It's in Houston there at 6 a.m. Now, the sooner that that gets out of there, the better the chances for severe weather on Saturday afternoon are. And our model stops at 1 p.m. But we could see additional supercell development, maybe even a tornado or two in this like wooded, forested, awful chase terrain over there. But we'll still be there anyway, regardless. So here's a look at that again for tomorrow. So I think the game plan tomorrow is this is all up in the Davis Mountains and stuff back here. So we're gonna want to be in Fort Stockton by about noon, by about 1 o'clock. If we can be here, Fort Stockton's right here. I don't know why it's not on the map. It should literally be the only thing on the map. It is the most important city in Texas, but Fort Stockton's right here. And I think that if we're there by 1 o'clock Central, that gives us the chance if we need to go back up to Midland or Big Spring, we can do it. Or if we need to drop down here into basically Mexico. I mean, for those of you that don't know, this is the Texas-Mexico border. It's the river, but this area here is officially, unofficially, basically Mexico. So it's like this. It's like the same thing, but without the Mexico. I mean, it might as well be Mexico. Very rural, remote, Starlink only, basically, which is what I like. Fewer people. But Marfa all the way up to Fort Stockton. We might want to be in that area. Going down by Sanderson, it gets kind of rugged. Ideally, we're going to want to stay from Fort Stockton about halfway to Sanderson. Now, there's a road here that we discovered last year. Let me see if I can find it. I don't even know if it's on this map. You would think I would remember the road number. It's not on this map. I'll be damned. It's not even on this map. There is a road in here somewhere that cuts across from 385, and it gives us room to wiggle around down here. Um, it, did you guys hear that guy fucking cussing his wife out? What a fucking loser. What a jerk off. Dude, like, at least roll your window up. God dang. God damn. Anyway, wonder if he knows there's like 300 people watching him. I don't know if that made it through the window or not. But anyway, I used to think that we only had like this road and this road, but no, there is actually a road that cuts across. This is chaseable. So we're going to want to target this area down here from like halfway to Sanderson, south of Fort Stockton, all the way up to Big Lake and even Midland, Odessa. Like this circle right here is where we're going to want to target. So that's kind of what I'm looking at here. Let's see if we've got any hints at severe storms happening now. Yeah, we will be live chasing here in a little bit. I need a storm to chase first, right? So that'll be a little bit. There is something popping on radar down there by Graham, but I don't think that's anything. You see, we want to watch like these little updraft attempts, these little cumulus field things. Uh, Folks, these can turn into storms pretty quickly out here, and sometimes these go way, way, way earlier than expected. They go way earlier than expected. But I don't really see anything. That's a wind farm in Vernon. I think if you guys want me to guess, here, I'll even draw it. I think this is going to be the target area today. Oh, that color's not going to work. I'm going to draw like what I think is going to make sense here. I think that's our target area, give or take. Oh god, it's been a long time since I've looked at mesoanalysis. Christ. Where's the theta E? I'm not really going to explain the theta E thing right now, but sometimes you can. There's just stuff you can look for. I'm just peeking through things. Looking at satellite again, though, might be some sort of boundary or something right here. Let's look at observations. Kind of waiting on our trigger mechanism to come through. Yeah, there is some sort of a boundary or something. You see, we've got these kind of almost southerly winds, and then back behind it, we've got them coming from all over the place. Some sort of a boundary right here too. Regardless, we're kind of waiting on our triggering mechanism, so we're really just kind of in a full-blown holding pattern right now. Let's look at the NAM one more time just for the hell of it. Give this a second to load. I'm on a slow connection out here. The NAM model, the NAM model is really wanting to fire back here in that initial target area again. I don't know how far we are from that. Hour and a half hour. We're probably about 2.5 hours. So I mean, we could get there. We'd have to leave by soon, but I don't think that's the target area. I really don't. So the NAM is kind of in line with HRRR, but it's a little bit more upfront and a little bit more interested in these western storms. Let's look at tomorrow real quick here on NAM. We'll give it a minute here to load up. Yeah, Todd, I don't reset the super chat goals because it just doesn't work with the way we do things. That's why we just let them expire when they expire. That's why we just do that way. So. All right, there we go. So NAM is pretty much on board. I would say HRRR and NAM are in pretty good agreement on tomorrow. HRRR is a little bit more bullish with, a little bit more enthusiastic with storm coverage. But this would probably actually be a better thing to play out for us because fewer storms with less clustering is going to mean a little bit higher potential for a structured storm. So that might actually work out for us. Hold on, I got to find the mesoscale sector. There it is. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Oh, we don't have the... Okay, whatever. So looking at satellite, guys, let's just put like a couple frames into motion. Oh, this internet's terrible out here. Oh, any day now will load. It's just because of the I'm on a very crappy connection out. Well, the computer is, so it just takes a minute. Almost there. You see, you got some storms with some embedded lightning back there in New Mexico. But that's the thing that's kind of interesting right now is we've got why is this? There we go. The computer's being dumb. We've got this cumulus field again, and I said this a few minutes ago. Like we can tell that outside the window. It don't take a rocket scientist to tell you that. It's all over the place. You can see that on satellite there. But we've got some clear air behind it, so it is also destabilizing back here. So I'm not totally ruling out this more western target area. Um, yeah, that's really about all I got, folks. There's really no new developments here. We're just gonna have to wait probably another 2 hours, I would say, for storms. I'm thinking within the next half an hour, though, it'll be a little bit more obvious where to go. But for now, that's basically what I got. So I'll be back here. I guess we will get storm chasing as soon as there's a storm. But for now, this is all we got, which is expected. We didn't expect storms until later. But I guess the key takeaway storms anywhere from down here by Midland, south of Lubbock, all the way up through Wichita Falls and possibly even Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City and Norman, you're not out of the gun or out of the woods yet on this. Um, we definitely could see a few tornadoes today. So just keep an eye out, folks, and I will be back later on.